Alrighty guys, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new video here on the channel. Today guys, we are going to be doing something incredibly different. We are going to be taking a build that isn't my own and we are going to be transforming it into one that is my own. And today's build, I have chosen something from a world that is very near and dear to my own heart. Today, we are in a world known as Kingdoms. This world belongs to YouTuber Welsknight, and I will leave a link in the description down below to his channel, to a playlist where he created this world, and also to the video where he built the things that we are going to be rebuilding within this world. Now, before I get into this video, I want to ask a favor. I haven't spoken to Welsknight about this, so if you guys could let him know a little bit that this exists, maybe he will approve of it, and I won't feel as nervous or as idiotic as I currently do. And the very builds that I want to give a go are these huts right here. What you would do within a starter base, but more importantly than that, was the fact that Welsknight had essentially two jobs at the time of making these videos. He was working full-time within the military as a court reporter, I believe, and he was also making somewhere between 7 and 21 videos a week for YouTube. And a lot of those videos were recorded on Saturdays and Sundays. And these two huts within the block palette and the lore of this place look absolutely fantastic. I just want to give it my college try to see what I can come up with. Now that brings us to kind of what the rules of this engagement are going to be. You see, there's a few things that we have to take into account. One, the lore. The lore is a big important thing of building these. This is a bandit or mercenary outpost. The village center is right behind me here, but these are the only homes. There are no more. So that's the first thing that we need to take into it. We also need to look at the player skill. And I'm not talking about Welsknight as a personal skill, but I'm talking about his character within the game. This is a starter base. What reasonably would he have had access to? Then we can sort of see that with two things. The first, what is around him, which is a lot of spruce wood, but also with the block palette that he has chosen to build within. It's a lot of spruce wood, stone, cobblestone. It's pretty much everything that you would easily find within the early game. But that brings me to my first conundrum. We could very easily stick within what Welsknight had access to at this time, but I'm not going to do that to that certain degree. We are going to look at what access to what resources Wells would have had being in this position, but we're not going to limit it to the version of Minecraft he was in. It feels very egotistical to take a build of his, rebuild it with the exact limitations that he had. That being said, we are definitely sticking with what he would have had access to if he was in the current version of Minecraft. So we've got spruce wood, we've got some what else have we got? We've got, what's this block called? Podzol. We've got Podzol we can use. We've got all this kinds of stone that we would find underground. So andesite, granite, deep slate. As I said, we're not sticking to the version of Minecraft, just the location. So what would we have access to in here? We could quite potentially get, birch. Yeah, birch. And some oak, so we'd have some oak. Now the nether portal did come quite early on in the series. Wells likes to dig out quartz for early game levels to enchant his weapons. So we can pop into the nether and see what biomes he would have had access to there. Now the new update, the Caves and Cliffs update, did change the way that the world generates. And this is the exact same seed and this is the exact same location, except for the Y coordinates on where his nether portal is. So looking around, we've got access to netherrack, that's kind of a given, but we do have a basalt delta right over here. So blackstone and basalt is something that he would have, well, most likely had access to. It's a bit of a gap to cross there, but it's something that he could have easily gotten. So now we've got our block palette. We have got to stick within the lore. These are small houses. We're not going to make them much bigger. We're not going to move them about much. We're going to keep them pretty much where they are, so to speak. We may move this one block over, maybe move that one block over. I don't know yet. What does Wells have in his ender chest? I'm incredibly curious. Shulker boxes. Okay. There's his fortune pick. So, why? Oh, I don't know. Sorry, Wells. I feel like I'm betraying you. I am really, really sorry, dude. Oh, I don't want to do this. This is painful. This is extremely painful. Okay, so it's mostly been demolished. That hurt. That hurt a lot. Now, one of the things I did like about watching Welsknight build up this kingdom is it was something that I could look at and say, either, yeah, I can do that too, or This guy's stepping outside of my comfort zone. But watching him do it gave me the courage to then step out of my comfort zone. So I want to go just a little bit bigger. This is going to be tight within the... within kind of what we've got going on. We've got this roof here that we certainly need to work with, because this is going to come right up to it. And I'm not too fond about that. So maybe this house is very ever so slightly different. Just recessed one block. So we've got two kind of different houses that we're going to be working. Despite being in creative, I still sleep the night. So first try, this is kind of what I'm looking at. I want to strip these guys just here. I don't want to strip the rest of them, just these ones. I think it'll somewhat... I like that, but this hut feels like it's too big. I think I'm going to make this hut the same size as this hut. Okay, yeah. Making them 3 by 3 like this, I think, is a lot better. We are running into a little bit of issue where we're touching this, but I think I can work with that. I really, really do. But anyway, I've gone with little small 1 windows. Again, I'm trying to stick very much within kind of what Welsknight wanted. He wanted these to be small homes. In regards to that last clip, I realized as I started placing the blocks that you can see in my hand here, that these didn't actually exist when Welsknight did this. So it's not something that he had access to and didn't use. It's something he didn't have access to. And I'm sure if he did have access to it, he would have likely used it. So I've gone ahead and added these windows in right here with some trapdoors to give them some shape. This back wall, I haven't done any, although I am going to stick with the same style of these trapdoors just to give it a little bit more of a rounded feel. It's quite easy to put the door in the middle. It's like the first place that you go to, you can see the doors in the middle here. And for someone who has OCD, it does kind of annoy me when they're not in the middle. But I think by putting this one this side and this one this side, you break up that kind of repetitive feel of what you've got going on. It also allows you to add like a little window in here. We've got a little awnage above the door. But what I do want to do is I want to start just sort of doing exactly what Wells did by adding a cobblestone border just around the outside. So we've done just that. I've gone with this little archway just under here, look. And I think because this is on a different level and it's set back one, it kind of doesn't sort of merge as easy as it did before. And I kind of like that. It sort of sets it apart. Now, what I like to do when I'm doing a build, especially when building within one palette, is I just like to change up the colors a little bit. And by adding in some spruce, or not spruce, sorry, some oak fences, we get that change from the sort of darker spruce wood, which is absolutely lovely. Spruce wood is probably my favorite wood in the game. I think Wells agrees on that one. But I also am a big fan of oak wood. I think that it works well in contrast with the spruce. So not only did I do that, I also added in a little window up here, which I quite like. It's just basically a slab with a trapdoor behind it. I feel very wrong for doing this. Like, I'm insulting Wells, and I really don't intend to do that. And if at all I am, I do deeply apologize, and I will take the video down. We've got a bit of the roof in place, and a part of me is tempted to do that there, but actually, no, I've got another idea of kind of what I want to do here. So now I'm really moving away from simplicity. We've got this and it looks really good. I've added in some spruce trapdoors. I am tempted to maybe put some here, but I'm also tempted to just go ahead and put some of these on the corners because I think it just helps break up that solid cobblestone look and makes it look a little bit more run down and worse for wear. But that being said, I want to focus on this bit right here. This is something that... this was the whole thing that I wanted to do from the get-go, was add this in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some spruce trapdoors. No, I'm not going to take some spruce trapdoors. I'm going to take some spruce stairs, and I'm going to funnel them this way and this way. So when you look at them from a distance, they're sort of funneling there, and you can sort of see them from down here. And then on all of the other sides, I'm just going to fill it in with complete spruce wood. And we got to think about lighting, so we're going to put a glowstone block in the top. So as you're kind of walking through, you get that feeling that there's definitely something going on up there. So I did make a handful of changes. I got rid of the oak trapdoors and used this oak wood. I think it very much looks like a bandit outpost. And I think these do fit in with the aesthetics. I'm just going to get rid of that piece of grass because it's driving me crazy. But they're still very small, very danky huts. And there's still not much going on. But we need to now look inside. So as for the floor, I'm not going to move too far away from what Wells did, because this is supposed to be very mucky, very dirty, very grimy, and I think I want to make this one dirt as well. But I also wanted to incorporate just a little bit of stone. So I went through a different couple of revisions of this roof. This is the one that I like the most, the one with the stripped spruce going this way. And then we've got sort of like this trapdoor beam sort of supporting it this way as well. So I've done the interiors, and interiors are not my strong suit, but I've given it my best college try. I don't even know where that saying comes from, you know, give it your best college try. I've tried to make them just slightly different on the inside. We got a painting here. I was between a painting and an item frame, and I was thinking of an armor stand for them to put their dirty sort of rags and stuff, but I thought, nah, we'll keep it fairly simple. And we've just got a couple of barrels, a furnace, and just things, and we've got 4 beds. And I'll explain my logic behind 4 beds in a moment, but as you can see, this one is a little bit on the different side. So I went with 8 beds in total between these 2 huts, as if people were sharing, or these were, so to speak, their places to sleep. Because when you think about it, a mercenary camp would have more than just 2 people, and those that would be sleeping within the town hall. I don't even know sort of how many. Oh, there's a. Oh yeah, I remember him doing this. Yeah, I remember him doing this. Is there any like bedrooms upstairs? There's a grand total of 2 beds. And oh look, we've got the same paintings. Oh, that one's different. That one's different. So there we have it. The Altum huts have been completely overhauled, and I've given it, as I said before, my best college try. And I really hope that these look as good to you as they do to me. I really do like these. So let's go into that part of the video where I'm about to sign off. But before we do, I just want to reaffirm one fact throughout this video. At no point am I trying to either outdo Welsknight or downplay the builds that he has built. Please do not take that away from this video. All I wanted to do was I saw some builds that I thought, you know what? I would like to try building something within those confines. Building 2 homes in an incredibly small space is extremely difficult to do. But again, I just wanted to do this series because Kingdoms has meant so much to me over the years. I've really enjoyed watching this series. It's one of my favorites. I'm still hoping that we get to see a Kingdoms 3. Maybe Welsknight will get that bug back. Maybe Welsknight will not. I guess only time will tell. Either way, I've thoroughly enjoyed making this video, and it was a huge nostalgia trip for me. And I hope you guys see this the same way that I'm seeing it. This was just a little bit of harmless fun, and I hope if Wells ever does see this, which is highly unlikely, but if he does, that he is not upset with me by doing this. I really hope I have not offended him in any way, shape, or form. This was all meant as a little bit of fun, and I just wanted to have a good time. And I had a lot of fun trying something that I've never tried before. And you know what? I like these huts that I've built so much, I'm probably going to build them in one of my survival series. But that's going to do it for me, guys. So as always, I'm Casey, you're the awesome Funky High. If you haven't already done so, please do consider leaving the video a like, hit subscribe. You can check out my other channels and social media. They are linked down below. You take care now. See you next time. Just breathing, 'cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute, going for